I think I put it down as Come Let's Go because I was in such a rush. So it could show that way in the slides. I don't know. Did I do the slides?
I couldn't. Right? When I got done, I'm like, did we miss somebody say that? It was. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got it right in the show notes, but I'm not guaranteed I've got it right everywhere. So we could see it showing up as wow, that's an interesting title for this one.
That's my new catchphrase for this week.
Yeah, there you go.
Come, let's away.
I'd like to buy a verb.
Sorry, we're all out of verbs.
Pronouns are free. Spin for a pronoun.
Let's away.
Let's chuck away.
I have that wrong there. So it's going to be wrong in the slides. Maybe I don't know if it's going to be right in the video or not even. It was a busy day today, I was telling Craig. So
yeah,
we'll see what we see.
Hello, and thanks for everybody who's joining us.
Hello.
Oh, are we live?
We are live.
I got to put my pants back on.
What?
Why? Below the camera line.
Why?
Didn't you ever watch Kentucky Fried Movie? I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Yes.
I should go find that again. I haven't watched that in a while.
Probably watch it online. No, not chicken. Movie.
Kentucky Fried.
Oh, you can watch it on Tubi for free. Oh, it's on Pluto as well. You can watch it on Pluto.
But then
it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It's on the Roku channel. It's on Amazon Prime.
I don't have Roku. Prime rental?
No, it's on Amazon Prime.
For free? I mean, with the subscription?
Hold it up right now. Yeah.
It's on Prime, $3.99. Like,
yeah. No, right here it says continue watching. I can watch it for free.
All right,
see, I don't understand. Joe said that he didn't think that the Google search was reliable for looking to see if things are available to watch. I was like, I find it very reliable because there's right behind me is a Google TV unit, and they keep track of what's up where. So I don't have any problem with it.
Did that make any sense to you, Clinton? They keep track of what's up where.
Yeah.
What's up streaming and where.
When Jet Reno was reading that sentence, your secret is a gift. Your gift is a secret to.
I don't know what does that mean?
Shut up, guys.
I get those kind of sentences from Donna all the time.
I make those kind of sentences.
Yeah.
All righty.
I'm body something.
I'd like to buy a proper noun.
Anyway, Google search is good for finding where things are at to stream.
And good grammar at.
The only problem with it a couple of times is that if it says like stars or sling or like, and you go, what? And you go to it, but it's on like Amazon Prime. But if you subscribe to Paramount Plus under Prime kind of thing. But anyway.
Ready to begin?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wing it on some of this stuff, but
no, I didn't put in a subheading for me.
Hey, you've been podcasting long enough. I think you can wing a few things.
Headline.
Just think of it as improv, Clinton. You can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a ticket. We'll just, yeah. Okay. We'll do that. Exactly. Whistle. All right.
I'm going to turn off my sound effects. I won't play with them.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right.
Oh, wait. I got to change it. I got a better one than that. Not photonic or not. It's photonic and gin. Oops.
Hey, Clinton, I'm going to beam in.
That's not right.
All right. I'm ready. I still hear typing going on.
Oh, you will all episode long.
We try to solve a mystery.
We're reading it in real time.
Yeah,
I'm
as it
dictating.
happens.
I'm
Ripped from today's
dictating it,
headlines,
it's right
literally.
now.
That's all I got. Okay.
What does the yellow light mean? Slow down.
Let's just go for it, shall
All
we?
right. Then let's begin. 3, 2, 1.
This is The Topic is Trek, episode 196 for Friday, February 13th, 2026. Coming up in this episode, we try to solve a mystery. We go on an away mission that somehow goes wrong. And we find out about those Klingons. All that and more right now on The Topic is Trek. Sam calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Welcome to The Topic is Trek, the podcast that runs on impulse power. Join us for a journey where no show has gone before. If it has to do with Star Trek, there's a good chance we'll talk about it sooner or later, because on this show, the topic is Trek. Engage already. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another thrill-packed edition of The Topic is Trek. I am Clinton, one of your co-hosts, and as I always say, in order to be a co-host, you have to have co-hosts. I don't know why I say that, because that just seems redundant. But first, beaming in to join us from parts unknown with the hip new catchphrase that you will be talking about whenever you visit Deep Space Nine is Mr. Craig Stepp.
Nanu.
Okay. Okay, well,
Predictable.
fine.
Yeah. Well, after I saw the title, of course. Shoutsbot.
And yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And also beaming in to join us from parts unknown is Mr. Chuck Tomasi.
I took the Klingon transporter.
Ooh,
I have a
very
cutting
good.
wit.
Yes. What was it cut with, though? That's what I want to know. So
I'm from the same cloth as you guys.
yeah, hopefully we will explain why our episode is titled the way it is. However, since that brought up the subject of Mork and Mindy, as well as the hip new catchphrase.
And I hope Bob Picardo doesn't see our cover art. That is scary.
Did you guys realize this? Doing the research to try to pull the photo together, we have seen Mork's outfit before in Star Trek. If we look at this image here, Colonel Green was wearing that outfit.
Actually,
just missing
No, that is that outfit. That
is that outfit.
That outfit.
There's no silver triangle, but that's same collar, same cut. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
where they
good.
got it for Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, it's got
yeah.
the same braid on the shoulders. It's got the
my.
same things on the around the collar. It is that uniform. So there we go. It lived again.
So Mork is canon to Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
After
in that
this episode, he
episode,
sure is.
anyway, a little bit of trivia there. All right. So we are going to be talking about the latest 2 episodes of Starfleet Academy, and therefore we will have spoilers. So I feel, we should have the appropriate sound effect.
Where is it? There it is.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
So if you haven't seen those episodes, then you should stop this immediately, go see the episodes, and come back, and then enjoy the show. All right. But we're going to head out on main mission part 1 with another appropriate sound effect. Okay, it's kind of like that 60th anniversary sound effect we got going there.
That's right.
This first one is Star Trek Starfleet Academy Season 1, Episode 5, Series Acclamation Mill, written by Kristen Bayer and Tawny Newsome, directed by Larry Teng. And a short plot synopsis is Sam is pressured by her makers to report on whether or not it will be safe for the cask to interact with organics again. But Sam is having trouble understanding organics herself. She is ordered to enroll in the Academy's Confronting the Unexplainable course. This leads her to investigate the disappearance of Captain Benjamin Sisko, and by proxy, her role as the potential emissary to the casks. She becomes disheartened by the sacrifices Sisko, emissary to the prophets of Bajor, was forced to make. However, a few unexpected encounters may be able to change her mind. All right, so what did we think about this episode overall? Let's try to ask that question first. Chuck, what about you?
I thought it was good for the character development. We got to know Sam a little bit better. Did not know that she was in this role as emissary and she had this responsibility on her. I mean, we knew she was the only photonic in the academy. I believe they mentioned that earlier. So that, carried some weight, some gravity, but we found out in this episode she's got more to it. And we also uncovered, first of all, I loved Tawny Newsome's character. That was,
Yeah.
And the reveal at the end was
Mhm.
beautiful. That means we're going to see her more because she said, "Hey, I want to see
Potentially.
you in this course next year." So, got to make sure we give her a big high five for that on the cruise. But getting back to the episode, I overall enjoyed this one. I thought it was very good. I was a little skeptical at first, that walk-on scene where everybody's giving her high fives and nicknames and going, "Oh, what are we in for here today?" Because it was very much narrating the piece as it came in and went, "All righty then." But we certainly learned a few more things. Well, it was a good review about Cisco and his timeline. Loved seeing Sirach Lofton in this one.
Yeah, that was cool.
He'd
That
come
was
back
good.
as a hologram and giving his narrative and even interacting with Sam at the end. So a lot of heartwarming and nostalgia. I completely call me crazy or old, but I forgot the whole thing about his mother and the prophets, and it was in one of
Oh,
the later episodes.
Yes.
you mean
Um,
Cisco's mother?
yeah,
And
Cisco's
everything, yeah.
mother. I forgot about Cisco's mother, that set him on the course that he was on. And his mother takes off when he's like 2 or less, and so that was I went on a memory alpha and refreshed my timeline about Benjamin Sisko and his mother Sarah and all of that. Going, oh yeah, okay, because they kept throwing that out there, like he was
Mhm.
on this path. His mother was a. They said his mother was a prophet, but she was like temporarily possessed, I'll say.
Yeah. Well,
by one
they
of the
they
prophets.
said ha- well, no, they said that he was human and prophet. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. So well, then mission accomplished. Actually, if people start to go back and watch more Deep Space Nine, because one of Tawny's missions in this, what happened was, let's back up a little bit. What happened was in preparing the episodes, I guess Alex Kurtzman said, all right, in this episode, I want Sam to be reviewing or investigating a classic character, a classic Star Trek character. And she was all over it being
Sisko.
Benjamin's. Apparently, she said
Yeah.
to the point of being obnoxious about it. This is because her feeling, and I don't think it's unjustified, is to say that, look, everybody knows Kirk. We have an awful lot of talk about Picard, and Picard got
Right.
another series.
Or Spock or
Yeah.
Right.
or Worf. So
But
yeah, I like
where's
that.
that Deep Space Nine left for Benjamin Sisko?
Hey.
No, Janeway's in Prodigy.
Yeah.
Hey, what would y'all think if she dove into Lieutenant Kyle's background?
Well,
And what
It
happened
would
to
be-
him?
It would be interesting, I suppose, but
let's poke a stick at Riley.
His name is on the wall, but it's in the bottom right, all the way to the corner. Yeah.
I liked how
Um,
Mir was like trying to reprogram attributes for her,
Mhm.
first the purple
Oh.
hair, then the music, and then later getting her drunk at the bar.
Yeah. And she
Drunk
ran it up to
Sam was pretty
12.
funny.
She just
played
ran
that
it up.
really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's back off just a moment.
beep, beep. Okay.
At the beginning, at the
Yes.
very beginning, which is something we haven't seen before, where it has said a CBS production, whatever, and it was crossed out and said, "This is my story."
Oh, right. The little
And I was like, "What? Okay, what's up with this?" And
Right.
and lots of places, not consistently throughout the whole thing, but lots of places they did it like almost like an anime kind of thing where there was expressions and stuff off to the side, like a light bulb.
Right,
The words were
right.
coming off the book.
Well, I
Uh,
was thinking about that going, all right, Sam says that she is only how old is she? She is
200 and some days
207
old. Yeah.
217 days old. So there's a couple things going on here. First one is it's almost as if a kid was making a report, right? There
Mhm.
means like all this kind of wacky stuff in there.
which
And
she
the second-
was. Yeah.
Right. And the second thing is, well, she's not giving a report overall
Right.
because this entire thing is bookend. She begins and ends the entire hour is her talking to Benjamin Sisko, sitting there talking to him.
Mhm.
So even when she's talking to her makers, that's her telling Benjamin Sisko, this is what happened next, and this has happened next, and this happened next.
Okay.
So I think it would been clearer if you'd seen her sitting in that same spot when the episode began
Yeah.
as when it ends. But she references right away, you can understand this, as an emissary yourself. This is kind of, how crazy this whole thing can be. So she's right off the bat recounting this entire story to him, which I thought really easy to miss that it seemed like a lot of it was reporting to her makers. And sometimes that happened. So that was like, this whole nesting of telling something within telling something type of thing going on there.
Right. No, I just
I
thought
gotta
it was an interesting way to show the episode.
Yeah,
and a lot of the things.
they did the same thing at the beginning of the Klingon episode. They had Klingon off on the sides
Yeah.
of the CBS.
Oh, that's
studios.
right. I do remember that. Yeah.
I wasn't around when you reviewed that one, but I just want to give my 10-cent comment on that one. Loved the character backstory about Jaden.
Mhm.
Did not care at all for the fact that they were blindsided by you have to make the Klingons feel like they conquered. You can't give the Klingons anything. It's like, we've been dealing with these people for hundreds of years. You should know that by now.
Yeah.
I
Right.
thought and to have a cadet reiterate it to go, this is the way you have to deal with the Klingons. And like, oh, okay, let's set up a mock battle. It's like, I don't think they go for a mock battle to say, yay, we conquered the new planet. I'm sorry. That one.
Well,
that
we
one-
went over that about it was a mock battle, but that's not the way it's going to be told. This
Right.
is essentially the origin story of their new home.
Yeah.
And it will have been a glorious battle with many losses on both sides, but their minor fleet was victorious over the mighty Federation.
So your whole history is a
so
lie.
on. Yeah.
Look, Chuck, like I said in the episode, maybe you should listen to it. There will be songs sung about that battle.
There will.
I love the picture that's on the screen right now with the soup spoons with a hole in them.
I know. I was like, who
Yeah. So we had
whose
the
drawer
thing I
did they
think
get
is-
those out of?
We had that secondary storyline.
Yeah, which struck me as odd. I mean, it was trying to accomplish something. You had the subtext of the conversation being about trust between the War College and the Academy.
Right.
But when the fish deflated, which is an odd sentence to say out loud, and they're all laughing, and Kelrick gets upset about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did he get overly upset because he didn't get the joke, or did he view the entire thing as a joke because essentially did he
My
think they were
understanding was
making it up?
he
You
thought
know?
that was an intentionally timed thing when he sat down,
Mm,
he made that funny noise, and they all laughed at his expense, and he didn't think it was funny. 'Cause
Yeah.
he thought it
He
was a
thought it was
set.
about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Which actually was kind of the timing because I forget what he was saying. And he said it, and then that fish just went right at
On
the
that storyline,
Mhm.
when Ake and Kelrick are talking together about the setup, they get into some sort of elevator. It looks like the deluxe model of Turbolift. It's got
Well,
a
they've been
couch inside, and
they've
it
been in there. That's the one that they usually are in. You didn't notice that in the first episode. Remember they're moving around and the dot keeps having to move. That's
but
that same turbo lift.
cadets have gotten into like the standard model where it's just this room. You stand there and it
It's
takes
just
you
a
there.
room.
It's just a room.
And
How
it
boring.
doesn't have a bar. It's like, I thought that was like the officer's turbo lift or something.
Yeah.
I'd have to
Chancellor.
'cause
The Chancellor's
no, because aren't
special.
they in the second episode we're going to be talking about when they are going to the shuttle? They're sitting down in the turbo lift,
Oh, I'm
having
gonna
a
have to look
conversation back
closer.
and
Okay.
forth.
That one just struck me odd because they were the only two in there. I thought they were in somebody's office at first, and then the lights start going by on the wall. Like, they're in a turbo lift. I hadn't
Mhm.
noticed that before. So clearly, there's more to explore on the Athena.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It looks like kind of a big ship.
Yeah, I mean, and now we know that it can split into 3 parts as well, so that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Separate the
is
saucer. Which one?
Caffeine
Yeah,
is
really.
optional. Yeah, and they went at in the I think it was in the previous episode when they went to fight that battle for the Klingons, they left the warp section behind. They just took the saucer at warp. I went, wait, what? Wait, what parts do what again?
Yeah, well, I guess if it has to maneuver on its own, it has to have the ability to do that, so
Well,
because you don't
the
wanna
Enterprise.
necessarily bring the big target with you.
Aren't the big wings the nacelles?
They are, but it's no reason why it couldn't have something smaller and
Hey,
more
It's the
maneuverable.
32nd century. What do I know?
Well,
You're
think of
questioning
Defiant.
32nd
Defiant would,
century. Hey, you're questioning 32nd century engineering where
Right.
nacelles are disconnected from the hull.
Just repeat to yourself. It's
Yeah.
just a show. I should really just relax.
and here's
Sure.
the thing about
Good
that,
advice.
those, the feathered wing nacelles,
Yeah.
they cover actual nacelles. If you see a profile from the side, there are nacelles underneath those.
They're
So,
for aesthetics.
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Solar
they
panels.
might serve some secondary purpose, but
So trills in the future have lines on their face. They have to wear prosthetics. Or at least Tanya had to sit in the prosthetic chair for a while.
because she was a
Huh?
Cardassian?
Was she Cardassian trill?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We have a lot of mixed species on this show, don't we?
Mhm.
Yes. Well, actually, we got a couple of views of the Ferengi again, and
Yes.
from the ear side, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm sold on the look of them in the Discovery era.
They're a little more demonic looking.
Well, the
Yeah.
interesting thing is it's more the look that they were intended to have from the original
Oh,
concept
that's
of
right.
them.
Yeah, and they soften them up a bit.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
that's the Ferengi I fell in love with.
Well, what's your personal
there's a sentence you can't unhear. Fortunately, the Mugatu didn't change.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Woo.
some
Yeah.
things are eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just wondering about that, why Kelrick got so upset in that thing. So I guess that makes sense that he thought it was like, oh, the fish is now a whoopee cushion type of thing, and you guys just can't take anything seriously.
Yeah.
I
Right.
did like in this episode how they framed the investigation into what became of Benjamin Sisko, that Sam saw it as really something she needed to solve because it was very much tied she saw it as what the case with her. She was made by, the makers, and
Yep.
was told, you need to do this and report back to us, and you need to do what we need you to do. Otherwise, you
Yep.
will just come back in humiliation. In other words, otherwise you will, have nothing but sorrow.
Yes, I loved the parallel between Cisco's storyline and apparently hers at this point.
Yeah.
And then and then you get Jake saying basically, "Hey, Dad gave him a finger once in a while. You should too."
That's yeah. Yeah. Breaking certain rules. That's right.
And when she did that, when she said, "Hey, I'll report back when there's something to talk about,"
Don't call me, I'll call you.
yeah, but it says, I wrote down, it says, I'll succeed, but on my terms. And then she used a phrase that, again, Tawny fought to keep in because they kept taking it out. She ends that with, and I can live with that, which is the Jake Sisko, the Benjamin Sisko line when he's talking to the camera, making that entry that he deletes.
Oh, we're up to wrap up in ratings.
Yeah, it went by too fast. So many things to talk about here. I think I may have to do a blog post about this. I got lots of
comments from Jared as well. Not sure if you covered this in the news, but the entire back catalog of Star Trek fiction from Packet Gallery Books was added to Kindle Unlimited this week.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
And he also says 7 days to the cruise.
Yep.
We're counting.
All right. So what are we going to rate this on? We're going to rate this on
a fish. What was that? It looked like a blobfish, but I don't know.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
It was, I've got so many notes here. I'm trying to find where the fish thing is.
We'll just call it the fart fish.
Sure. Why not?
It's easier than looking it up.
You can't drag the show down anymore. So,
yeah, I can't. So, why don't you go first, Chuck?
Oh, goody. I'm going to give this a solid 8.5. I liked it from the character. I like that parallel between Sisko's calling and Sam's calling. I thought there were some humorous moments when she got drunk. I absolutely loved Tawny's role, and I really hope we get to see that character some more. At first, I wasn't sure. She's you want her to play Mariner, but you don't, and it felt a little stiff at first. Like, okay, now I got.
She's playing it very straight. Yeah.
Yeah. It was, and that's the sign of a good actor when you don't feel that other character breaking through. And so 8.5 for me.
Okay, very good. What about you, Craig?
Well, one of the things we didn't really touch on that I thought was interesting was they never showed his face. And
yes,
I did read an article,
Benjamin Sisko,
and I saw it, and I read an article which kind of clued me in a little bit that they were likening it to like Muhammad. Where
they even mentioned that in there. They said like, they don't use his image anymore because he's evolved beyond humanity. So when she was
exactly, and they didn't want his image distracting from his message or what he was about.
Yeah, I kind of got that Muhammad thing too.
So I thought that was interesting, and it was clever that they would do that kind of thing. And for a lot of the same reasons that Chuck was talking about, I think I enjoyed this episode a lot. I'm also giving it an 8.5.
Your paw is strong,
indeed.
Yeah, no, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, it's a cometa fish. Cometa fish. So, all right. I am going to.
Does that come from Zuckerberg? Did he make those cometa fish?
There's two of them. It's a cometa fish. So anyway, let's see. I was spending so much time looking for the fish. I was trying to think of what I'm going to give for a rating here. How my life has been going today. I think I would give this one I'm going to give it an 8. The thing that I thought it got a bit muddy when they went to the bar. That first of all, it was hard to understand Sam because she was drunk.
It was. I had subtitles on the whole time.
But the confusing things going on, like why was Sam hitting the other? First, she takes out the
The Romulan girl?
Romulan, but then
Oh yeah.
another
She
one.
throws
is
somebody
supposed
else
to find
out the
yeah.
door. Like, what? Who was that?
And so I felt like, okay, she's trying to rebel here,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it got muddy in that part. So I'd say, I mean, it certainly made up for it at the end with Jake showing up and having the talk with Sam. And we get that it wasn't a new recording. We all know now it was not a new recording. It was a from a piece that had been recorded previously of poetry, jazz about jazz. But we hear,
Avery
you
Brooks.
know, Avery Brooks give a little
Really?
quote
Oh,
at
okay.
the
So
end of it. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that was
Yep.
recorded for the episode, and then there was
Yep.
the thanks Avery on the end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So those are our picks on there for them. And like I said, I may have to do a blog post because man, I took a lot of notes in here about stuff inside this episode.
What was your number? I missed it.
An 8.
8. Okay.
Because I felt like I said
Yep.
I just the bar
Look, Clinton,
part.
we have the budget for half a point. So if you want
Just making sure it's clear to Diane what to write down.
to, yeah, that's right.
But I am glad we got a Sam story in here, and so that was good to do. All right, it's time to come back from our first main mission with appropriate sound effect. Oops.
Jerry Cooper has a good point. Tawny standing in a room playing a character in front of a wall that has both her name and Mariner's name on it. Pretty meta.
Well, it's interesting. She was not supposed to be playing that role. Somebody else was cast and was unable at the last minute to do it. So she was
a fill-in.
Yeah, she was a fill-in for it.
Fine, I'll do it. Actually, I thought she did great. Like we were saying, played kind of straight. And actually, on first pass, I didn't even think about her that being Tawny, and I went, "Wait, why does she look so familiar when she's speaking?"
It took a second for me too.
Yeah.
If I hadn't seen her in real life a few times,
yeah,
Tawny Newsome. Oh, it is.
I know.
Yeah.
As she was walking up, I went, "That looks like Tawny." And as soon as she opened her mouth, I went, "Yep, that's exactly who that is."
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right, we need a sound effect.
We do.
Let's see. I had one. Never mind. Punch cards all over the place.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, I thought it was Charlie's turn.
We're
gonna have to check with Charlie to see if it's okay to do subspace chatter next. So again, we do not know which type of Charlie we'll get, the Charlie X, or oddly enough, the Mirror Universe really good Charlie. So Charlie, is it okay to go ahead with subspace chatter?
Chocolate milk Charlie.
Don't say that.
Don't need all that subspace chatter.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well.
All right, skip to the end then.
It's that Charlie.
Yeah.
The good time Charlie.
He's got the blues, or the greens and the reds in this case.
Yes, right.
All right, you got the first story there, Chuck.
In Star Trek Starfleet Academy, showrunners Alex Kurtzman and Noga Landau have introduced a dramatic shift in Klingon lore in the 32nd century. The Klingon homeworld, they really rolled into that one, didn't they?
Kronos.
Kronos. They had like Kalesh. It's been destroyed. Kaboom! Not just practice. They apparently destroyed their whole planet at some point, possibly by the Klingons themselves, leaving the once mighty empire collapsed and reduced to a nomadic diaspora of only 8 feudal houses. The series explores this through Cadet Jaden Krah, a Klingon pursuing a career as a medic rather than a traditional warrior. This character arc serves as a vehicle to examine the identity of people who have lost their, quote, seed of power. Facing potential extinction, the Klingons eventually find a path forward when Starfleet identifies a new planet, Fon Alpha. To respect Klingon honor and avoid the appearance of charity, Starfleet stages a mock battle, allowing the Klingons to conquer the world. This narrative choice provides a beautiful opportunity for the race to rebuild while honoring their warrior spirit in a new era. This is what we were talking about on the last episode.
Mm-hmm. And the story that Craig has, I think, feeds right into this. So why don't we go right into your
Yeah.
story, Craig?
That's there by no mistake, by the way. Lots of planning. And in the latest issue of Star Trek: The Last Starship, which I just started reading, talked about it, I think a few episodes ago, provides a grim backstory for the Klingon Empire's decline in the 32nd century. Roughly a century after the burn, the comic introduces the Black Path, a militant cult led by Hachette. Gotta be careful there. Hachette? Is it French?
Yes, it's a French Klingon. Yes, very, very rare.
Right.
It's a mime.
Hey, it's a Discovery era. Any other crossovers
true.
could happen, right?
He does a mime left battle. Sorry, I'm off base. Go ahead.
All right. They seek to dismantle the Federation. In a shock turn, Captain Sato of the USS Omega, a vessel utilizing board transwarp technology, suppresses the uprising with extreme measures. After killing Asha in a ritual of combat, Sato assumes command of the Klingon fleet and orders the systematic destruction of 29 Klingon worlds via dilithium detonations. The Dark Chapter bridges the gap between the Empire's traditional dominance and refugee status seen in Starfleet Academy. While IDW comics are technically secondary canon, this narrative aligns with the show's revelation of the Klingons facing extinction before finding a new home on Fawn Alpha, offering a visceral explanation of their societal collapse.
So we don't have, a primary canon reason for this still. Because as we know, if it's not on screen, they can just ignore it completely.
Sure.
But I mean,
I thought it had something to do with the burn. Like maybe they had a stockpile of dilithium and went, oops, bad time to have a stockpile of dilithium.
yeah, really. Some in everybody's house. Come on, want some for the kids.
Some of these Star Trek races just want to watch the galaxy burn.
That's right.
Like we used to do with DDT. Just put it in your hair. It's fine.
It's
Yeah,
lovely
or,
here.
or follow the truck down the road as it's spraying it in the
Right.
air. Yeah.
and
I've
have some
never done that.
asbestos to go with it afterwards.
I've never done that.
That explains a lot, Craig.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
All right. In other news, not Klingon related, get some shelf space ready. The Nacelle Company is celebrating Star Trek's upcoming 60th anniversary with their most ambitious project yet, the Build a Bridge collectible playset.
Sounds like you go to the
Designed-
store and you put stuffing inside it.
Yes. Well, no, the design for their 1/10 scale action figure line. This isn't a one and done purchase. Over the course of 12 months, Nacelle will release unique bridge sections that connect to form a massive 40-inch diameter replica of the original Enterprise bridge. Nacelle CEO Brian Volks-Weiss calls it a tribute to the ship that started it all. This announcement comes hot on the heels of their Wave 2 figure pre-sales, which include Generations Kirk and a Year of Hell Janeway. So if you want the full bridge, prepare for a year-long construction project.
Start financing now.
And, also
Hey,
prepare to hopefully have those other figures show up.
Yeah. Hey, this looks much better than that Mego playset I had when I was 10.
Yeah, the one that just had the flat walls and it was just the transporter, you just spun it around. Going, oh,
Yeah,
look,
the
they've disappeared.
Yeah, but I could change the viewer view by with a little cardboard hanging a different one on there.
You know what? It comes in sections and they've got a little mock-up on the diagram of what is it, 10 different sections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
12.
10. Oh, and the centerpiece. Okay.
Well, it said monthly, so
You could, if you were a creative person, pull one of those sections out and film this little miniatures battle. Or
That's how they did it on the show.
I know.
Chuck.
You could do this in real life.
No.
Ruin the illusion.
what you should do is do a time lapse and have the bridge kind of build over the year.
Definitely play the Starfleet Academy theme song the entire time. So
Have-
Yeah,
have your-
Just
Have your little minifig walk into the door because it didn't open. Shh, shh.
yeah. Bonk.
all right, what's next?
In a report from The Verge, the article explores the enduring influence of Star Trek on modern technology, specifically focusing on how fans are transforming their smart homes into 24th century environments. Another guy who spent too much, and his wife said, "Don't you do that again."
Yeah.
The piece details the efforts of DIY enthusiasts who use the open source platform Home Assistant to replicate the LCARS, the Library Computer Access and Retrieval System, the iconic touchscreen interface from the next generation era. Thank you, Michael Okuda. The article highlights that these custom setups go beyond simple aesthetics. They integrate functional home automation, allowing users to control lighting, temperature, and security throughout authentic-looking panels that even feature the franchise's signature sound effects. While the author notes that the LCARS design, originally created for television, can sometimes prioritize style over modern user experience, its popularity persists due to deep nostalgia. Ultimately, the report frames these projects as a testament to the franchise's role in inspiring real-world interfaces, effectively turning a science fiction dream into a tangible, high-tech reality for dedicated fans. That's
You know
one
what?
way of saying it, dedicated fans.
If I ever set this up, I would totally put that rubber ducky somewhere
Yeah.
in the little car. In the car.
I also saw a video of a guy that had tied. You've got that comm badge that's got Bluetooth in it, and he set it
Yeah.
up to interact with the Home Assistant. So he would, have it close blinds, turning on off the lights, but he's hitting it every time. And I'm thinking, I hope he's got a nice soft backing on that thing as he keeps whacking his chest.
Oh, the pin comes out and starts
Yeah.
stabbing you in the chest. Oh.
That's right.
All right, what do you
My
got,
wife
Greg?
would look at this and say, "I can't read the tiny letters. Which one opens the garage door and which one starts the toaster oven?"
Press them all. I'm sure it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Just keep turning everything on and off. You'll find it. All right. In a significant update for Star Trek Online, Nicole DeBoer returns to the franchise as voice of Ezri Dax in the upcoming season titled Corruption. Set in the mirror universe, the narrative centers around on a mirror version of Ezra, now serving as Admiral, who faces a dire threat from the Camerans, a new malevolent force evolved from the Borg and Undyne. This expansion continues the game's tradition of integrating Deep Space Nine lore into its evolving galaxy, utilizing the Trill's complex history and duality of the mirror universe to raise the stakes over your head. Just hold your head, stakes over your head. Players will navigate to a full suite of Chimeran themed missions, focusing on the defense of the prime time against this interdimensional corruption. This return marks a notable moment for fans from Deep Space Nine's later seasons, bridging the gap between the legacy television characters and the expansive ongoing conflict of the 25th century gaming canon.
It also bridges the gap because Dax.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, they kept saying it, bringing all this Deep Space Nine. I'm like, yeah, because you're bringing in a character from Deep Space Nine.
She was on, let's see, Jadzia was number 6 and Ezri was number 7, something like that. And 800 years later, well, no, it'd be 800 years from Discovery timeline. So take off what, about 80-ish? I'm trying to do the math to figure out just how old.
I think it comes out somewhere around. I want to say it comes out to around like 1100. I could be wrong.
And I thought they had a lifetime of about 7 to 8.
Well, the different Trill hosts have been in good shape and provided a nice soft host for not to get.
I don't know. That Dax got transplanted involuntarily, and that had to take a toll.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I can't remember how old was it Janelle? That's probably not the right name, but from Discovery.
Oh, right.
It was up there, like over 800, I think, years old. So I don't think it's out of line.
I got the number. Like, wow. Tawny's symbiont is
Hey.
probably getting up there.
I pulled up the DAX symbiont thing on that Memory Alpha, and I was looking to see if there was an age, and the first thing it says born 2018.
As in 8 years ago?
Yeah, 2018. That's right.
Dax? Or
DAX Curzon. I'm sorry, DAX.
Wow.
The symbiont. Excuse me.
wow.
The symbiont.
That's old.
Yeah,
2018.
That's now what, like 1,200 years old. So there's a baby Dax out there running around right now. Sometime, well, not running around. They slide around. Probably
Slide
still
around, slither around.
still probably in the whelping pool.
I just thought that was funny. 2018. I was like, whoa, okay.
They're so cute when they're that small. You know.
Just a
Yeah.
little grub.
Little grub.
Another little zygote. All right. Now comes one of my favorite parts of the show, especially in this case, because we got Charlie X, but it's time to say goodbye, Charlie.
I want to stay.
No, Charlie. That was good, Charlie.
That was chocolate,
Yeah.
Charlie.
Why was he here? Oh my God. We could have had him all along. Oh my goodness.
Makeup pad didn't have
Thanks
enough
for
time.
having
Here,
me.
just use the Sharpie.
Sure thing, friend.
Oh, we miss you, Charlie. We miss you, Charlie. All right. Time to head out on main mission part 2 with an appropriate sound effect.
Didn't we have to get through our 8,000 stories that we also?
Well, we had 84 additional stories. And yes, exactly, Eric's. And a big surprise this time around again, there are a lot of them that are from Starfleet Academy.
No surprise.
Yeah, when it's the only game in town and there's controversy, it's just going to be lots and lots of stories in there. But we do have other stuff in there. We have things from Next Generation, the original series, Deep Space Nine is in there, Voyager, the Section 31 movie, just all sorts of other things in there. So if you go over to the show notes for this episode 196, Sam calling Orson, come in, Orson, then you will be able to check out all those links. All right. Now we can head out on main mission part 2 with an appropriate sound effect. And Chuck, could you take the little bit on here for telling us about this?
Do my best. This is again Starfleet Academy, season 1, episode 6. Come, let's away. I still don't think that's a sentence, but okay.
That's a run-on sentence.
No.
Of course they're running. They're away. They're going away. Of course they're
Yeah,
running.
see?
Written by Kenneth Lynn and Kylie Rossetter. Directed by Larry Teng. During the cadets' first training mission on an abandoned ship, what could possibly go wrong? They encounter a dangerous new enemy, the Furies. No, it's not Nick Fury.
No.
And it's not the Furries.
I was
No.
we see there's a Dragon Con.
As our cadets fight for survival, Nala must risk everything to save them by seeking help from an unexpected, untrustworthy source.
Yeah.
All right. So we get our return of Naz Braka in this episode. And
His full name too, Nostifer.
Yeah. I noticed
Yes,
that. They called it.
if you're watching on screen, I said, I think I put come, let's go, which made more sense to me for the title in these images. So it's but
Come,
the
let's
episode is
away.
You know,
Come,
that universal
away.
translator isn't always the best. Those the furries were going.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Furies first. To me, one of the things they seemed an awful lot like the Reavers from Firefly.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
Sounded
that.
like the ant versions of the Zindi.
Mhm. And they did that face shifting thing, which I know I've seen before. I don't know whether I've seen it on
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Trek or something else, but I've
Yeah.
Like they're
'Cause
sort of
I was-
phasing in and out.
I was trying to place that as well. It almost looked like Agent Smith when he was in the Matrix when they would take over somebody's body.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that they are going to be a recurring baddie in the series. That's just my feeling about it. I don't know. Do you guys think we'll be seeing them again?
Maybe they seem to be a like a pawn almost to
Mhm.
Noss's overarching uh his not a storyline, but his strategy for that episode or whatever he's doing for this season. We're gonna definitely see more of him.
And I was wondering, he was working with them and I felt like some of the things he was saying to Nala were actually true, that you can't control them and they're very, very bad at business. And I'm thinking, well, how did he end up working with them then? And
Right.
if it was just like, I can get you a meal, so do this and, maybe you'll be off my back for a little while if I
Mhm.
do this for you type
I
of thing.
got to the end of this episode and I went, I really, really don't like him now. I mean, they're doing a great job with that character, and he's doing a great job as an actor. Just he's getting under my skin, and I want to punch the guy.
I know. Yeah.
If you thought you've seen irritating and evil characters before, I think this takes it to a whole new level. And when he comes back with that final hologram going, "You're the best teacher. You told me, showed
Yeah.
me how to." The fact that he throws it in your face and says, "Everybody else's lifestyle outside of the Federation is not evil." Well, if you go around stealing and killing, it kind of is. But you know, is it incumbent on the Federation to go and arrest those people? What was your take, and in the classical Star Trek style of showing us modern events, modern topics in our face through sci-fi? Did you read into that at all?
In this episode in particular, or
Yeah, in this episode.
certainly I didn't in other ones, but what did you have in mind for this one? Because
I kind of walked away with it going, America or NATO is sort of like the world's police force. If something's going wrong, we rush in and trying to fix it. Is that what the Federation is representing through Nas's eyes?
well, I think it's tough to see it through Nas's eye because he is inherently evil and apparently was brought up that way.
He was beaten every hour by his dad, apparently.
Yeah.
Right.
And, when he gets to the point where he says, "Oh, I had this great little franchise because you had to go through me to get from point A to point B.
Oh,
And then you
it
started supplying this planet with dilithium."
was an
I need you-
unstable wormhole, though. What good is that?
And he says, "And you have to stop doing that."
Yeah.
It's like, so I think you could come up with better people to argue that point than have him arguing that point. Because he just, I don't think anybody would really prefer to do things his way if they had the choice. But yeah, the Star Trek has had this conversation before, including in the season of Starfleet Academy, about, well, you have to understand that the Federation has its way of doing things, but that's not the only way of doing things. And you
Mhm.
have to listen to other input. The Bajorans said
Yep.
that.
Yep.
I'm not to the Bajorans. The Beta said
That's
that.
right.
The
Yep.
Klingons said that. So
Yep.
and we're coming into a new era here as Ake says, when they're warping into this training area, which is a
Mhm. Yeah.
graveyard, saying that back in the day, you pretty much could go anywhere you wanted to. Starfleet could go anywhere it wanted to within the Federation boundaries because it was safe, and now it's not safe.
Yeah.
Or without
do
batting an
that.
eye, they wouldn't, well, even thinking about it, just go.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the rules have changed, and I think that some of these other civilizations are pointing out that the rules are kind of different now about
Well,
what
and they
you're
even
doing.
said as they rebuild the Federation, they were going to pay attention to the lessons that had been learned over in the past of, and I think that's one of those things is how do you not beat uh how can you be a good force rather than stepping on everybody, you know?
Right. And what does
Yep.
that mean? In what relative term, is good versus bad, for the cultures. This is, like I said, another Star Trek constant is that if somebody's doing something that you're opposed to and you're trying to woo them into the Federation, do you accept that on their planet? Is that part of the Federation code now? Do you say you can't do that?
Hmm.
And well, who are you to say that we can't do what we don't like what you do? So you need to stop doing that then as well.
That's right.
We have to also talk about the relationship and new discoveries with Tarima.
Yes.
That opening bedroom scene in my mind was a bit long for what it delivered.
Oh, yeah. I was like, hey, that was almost as long as in Enterprise when they were wiping each other down with that gel.
It felt
Yeah, I mean,
longer.
I could understand the wanting to be in that, that peaceful, safe place. And so you need to have some sort of a setup as well as to that she's able to kind of
Yeah.
do things that maybe are a little beyond
Hmm.
what other,
Right.
beta
What
sets can do.
what's
But
the reason for
you
that
know,
inhibitor? Now we know
right,
what would happen if we didn't. We got the story of, well, when I was little, dad got mad at me, so I blew out his hearing. Like,
right.
that's nice.
Yeah. When she said that, I went, oh, that's why he's deaf. Oh,
Yeah.
Then we also had a obligatory red shirt, in this case, Lieutenant Commander Tomov, who goes
Yep.
over with them
Uh,
and becomes you go on ahead. I'll stay back here and fend them off.
Well, and
hmm,
Avi bought it too. So we've lost one of
Yeah.
our War College characters already.
And it was interesting because, you get this warming up going on between him and Caleb. And you go,
Yep.
oh, well, so this will be a lot, less friction going on. And nope, he's out of there.
yeah.
It's extreme circumstances like this that bond people together, especially if they're already opposed.
Right.
That I think there's going to be some good coming out of these terrible circumstances.
You would hope so. You would hope that it wouldn't turn into like, the blame game, somewhere down the road on it. We also got to see what a comic book looks like in the 32nd century.
That's what I was going to bring. I was like, he goes, he was wanting to inform the computer about what happened. And he throws a comic book down and went, our digital one at that. And I was like,
Mhm.
what is he doing? A
Yeah, but
comic
then he had
book?
like a print one delivered on the body bag.
Yeah.
When they pulled the cover over, went,
He stopped by the comic book store on the
he
adjacent
mentioned
planet.
Tales from the Frontier, and I'm thinking, what, Arizona? In the 1800s? What? A different.
I wonder if that'll be a comic soon.
I don't know, because I was looking at the artwork and I at least on the copy that I have, I'm looking at on the screen going, I can't make out what's in the bubbles, what they're saying for most of the dialogue.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
couldn't tell if it's a cohesive story that was being told or whether it's just like random phrases thrown in on the story. But I thought it was interesting that the computer needed to be convinced that the crew was dead and it had been 125 years. And
Yeah.
we'll do
Hey.
it through.
Well, wait a minute. We kind of got that with on Discovery. When the ship was sentient in the future,
Mhm. Mhm.
and it was like, I'm waiting on my crew. It was thinking for itself.
Also, this is the second episode that we've seen a book, an actual piece of printed material.
Comic book.
We saw a comic book, we saw Jake's book, and we saw the
Yeah.
children's book.
Yep.
So print is not dead.
Did we
Wait, somebody was reading a physical book as well. Emma, go ahead. I'm sorry.
did
Go
we
ahead.
did we hear a reference to the singularity drive before? That sounds
Uh,
really
well,
familiar.
well, they refer to as the only one. Now, the protostar had a protostar in it, not a
Right.
singularity. It did strike me as I swear we've heard of a
I thought
singularity
so
before.
too. Maybe on
Was
Discovery.
did Romulans use singularity warp
It sounds really
technology?
familiar. We're gonna have to have our
Yeah.
listener
Think-
call in.
I think Discovery had sporality.
Yeah.
Drive.
And another case of the first time they started up, it gets destroyed, which sounds very much like the Glenn, spinning up its drive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not going out on any version 1 release of
Yeah, if it
software.
says NX or something like that on it, you tell me
I don't
about
know,
it later.
it worked for Archer and his crew.
Now we also get
Yeah, Jared said Romulans use Singularity Drive.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Singularity
That's what
Tech.
I thought.
That's what I thought. It sounded really familiar. I'm like, I've heard this before.
We also got a bit of backstory about the death of Nala's son.
Right. That was informative, if not torturous.
Oh yes.
Well, Nas was playing with the NX-01.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know
but
when he picked it up, I went, "Oh, I got one of those." That's right.
which is the Hallmark version of it. I going by the size, that's the one that it is. It's the
Is it?
metal Hallmark one.
Adored Holly Hunter's acting in that scene.
Right.
Because when he was looking at her, she was poker faced, but the moment he turned, she'd give this like lip twitch
Yeah.
or
Right.
brows move just slightly. That was brilliant.
And I think the best part was when she gets called to the bridge, she just stands up and walks away.
Yeah,
Like, I don't have to listen to you now because I've got something else to do.
that's right.
Yeah,
He was that whole scene where he was needling, or
mhm.
I think the whole thing back and forth. Both of them were good.
Yeah. So, and then he drives home the fact that, oh, well, if Caleb dies now, wow, you got a whole double thing going on here.
And then he comes back at the end and says, well, that was a twist. This time you lost all the other crew and got your son. Like, oh, burn.
Snap. But enough about the burn.
Right.
I was gonna say the birds returned.
That was intentional.
Yeah. And he says that he's got a surprise coming for her. And I'm wondering,
With a big red bow on it.
at what point do we see Caleb's mother reappear?
Yeah.
I just wonder, and I wonder if that's what he's talking about.
You know what? It may be because she said she was looking for her for a long time, right? Not just Caleb, but she was looking for his mother as well.
Mhm.
And so if he comes up and says, "Hey, look who I got,"
Well, I
that'd be
think
the-
if her first instinct would be immediately to get him out of there. She would not be interested in having him at the academy. So I think that might be part of, again, if that's what he's talking about, this surprise.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Jared's saying at this point, the mama reveal would be a finale material. So he's thinking they probably put that at the end.
I want to mention something that we didn't talk about in the last episode, because I can't remember if there was something like this in this episode, but when Kelrick is talking about that the Alpharat reached out to him about having this joint war games.
Yeah.
Ake makes a point of saying they never reach out, and she wonders that, and it just like blows past, and they don't follow up on that. And I'm feeling like we're getting drops of these little hints of things that are going to come back at us.
Well, they never really concluded that storyline with, we never got to that point where the Alpharat ambassador shows up. So is that going to materialize, or was that just a false?
I think that probably happened, and we don't see that.
Okay.
But I think that if there's more with that story, that there's definitely more to that story. It's like, it's not just that, oh, well, we just changed our mind and we're going to have this, we're going to do that. There's some reason in particular that they decided to do that.
I'm thinking there might be even something nefarious, like maybe Nos set a false message to him. Because if she says they never reach out, and Kelrick got a message, like maybe it didn't come from them really. Maybe this is a setup for something else later.
Do not know. So we will see. I just want to
Ooh, they're
mention
leaving
that.
us with lots of good stuff. All right,
Oh.
we had ratings and wrap up.
Right.
Hey, by the way,
one
Jared
quick mention.
also has a good point.
Yep.
I thought about this as well, is that Caleb and Tamara were showing us a Imzadi backstory we didn't get with Riker and Troy.
I was
Well,
kind of getting that vibe as well
yeah.
a little bit when
Yeah.
they met and she's Betazoid and he's not. And I went, okay.
Wait a minute.
I believe
Actually-
Jonathan Frakes actually mentioned that to them when he directed his episodes. Oh, got that whole. He says, "I know what that's like."
Let me give you some
Right.
pointers, kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, get up. I'll show you how this works.
It doesn't end well, but then it ends well.
Oh, by the way,
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
grow
keep
the beard
showing.
and shave it off again. And
I'm gonna keep showing comments because it covers Chuck up in that view. So I think that's
Can
the
you
best.
see me back there? Lovely. Hey,
Like
I can
Mike
drag you down
Wachowski.
there as well.
Hey, I
Oh,
was on TV. Yeah.
all right, so I should rate. What are we gonna rate this one on here?
The
Screams?
flowers. The flowers.
Screams. Okay,
flowers?
we'll go screams. I like
Oh,
screams.
wait a
'cause-
minute. Before we move on, there is
Yes.
one thing I do want to
Sure.
bring up, and is that you start to see a little bit of cooperation with all the kids working as a team,
Mhm.
because Sam had to do some stuff with the computer, and then everybody else had something to contribute, and then you had Tamara talking with Caleb, with the
Tarima.
middle Tarima, working through the like the mental thing.
Mhm.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was solid.
Everyone worked together except I ate my comm badge girl who freaked out.
It took me a while to remember that Tarima's brother is in this story too. He
Oh
just
yeah,
shows up here and there going, "Who's the nerd?
oh yeah. He's
I'm a
he's-
joiner. I joined the Bajoran group."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
keep
absolutely.
forgetting he's there because they don't really call him out. But I think he did mention, my sister's ability when they showed them side by side. It's like, oh, that's that guy. Because they just
Yes,
sort
I
of,
got.
they
yeah.
brought him in and then he shows up a couple times going, who's the nerd? Because he's not in the main picture. He's not in the main credits. He's really
Who's
this.
the nerd? That's
He
like they call him the
he
kettle
played
black.
The
Isn't it,
mascot.
Chuck?
He played the mascot in the game.
Right. They don't call him by name very often. Like, okay, he's not a primary character. I wouldn't even call him a secondary character at this point. But all right, yeah, I'm glad he was a little more involved.
Well, he
yeah,
was
sorry.
giving Sam love in the last episode.
And
did that.
That's true. He was.
Jaden and in the last episode there was like some dancing going on between Jaden and one of the War College
Kyle.
boys, Kyle.
Kyle. Which
Oh,
Kyle?
Lieutenant Kyle.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
eventually.
Kyle is a strange one talking about him because in the second episode, I said, "What's up with Kyle?" And he just has this kind of surfer dude kind of attitude about
Yeah.
everything. He's just
He
always
doesn't have
smiling.
that aggressive War College mentality that we've come to expect.
Yeah, and yet he hangs around with the most aggressive batch possible and so why is he hanging around with them? He just doesn't seem to have anything in common with them.
Yeah.
The token chess club guy.
And I think the biggest character twist, and again, Jared Cooper's calling us out in the chat, was, and they keep hinting at Jaden's sexuality a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, now that would be a big twist on a Klingon, because that would be, it just doesn't seem like it would certainly fit at all.
Yeah, there's been hints dropped.
Yeah, big time. So anyway, Starfleeted rivalry.
All right, so I am going to rate this one. We had a lot of good stuff in this episode. I think that we try to cram a lot into this episode.
Yeah.
So I think it bogs down a little bit, but I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Okay.
I liked a lot of it. I just wish a little more spread out, but I did like an awful lot of it. All right, we're going to go back down. So Craig, what about you?
I'm also giving it an 8.5. I thought it was a solid episode. with a lot of the conversation between my mind went
Nos.
blank. Huh?
Nos.
Yeah,
And
Nas and Aki. I think that was really great, except for the only problem I had with that whole thing was that was their solution, was to trust him for a while.
Well, I think because they only had 5 hours to do something.
And
Yeah.
somehow he had defeated them. So
Right.
Yeah.
they that was the only lead they had. And even when Vance said, "This is on me," she goes, "Stop right there. Don't don't go there." So this one hurt her. She's bruised.
So
And
anyway,
you wonder
overall,
what tech he got as well. What
Yeah.
what was stolen from that lab?
Yep.
oh, that's true. Yeah. So I'm giving this 8.5 also. Solid episode, I believe.
Okay.
I was going to give it 8.5, but I'm going to back that down to an 8 because I thought that whole dinner scene thing bogged it down. I'm not sure it accomplished what they were looking for in the cooperation and the leadership.
Dinner
It had
scene was not in this
humorous
episode.
moments, yelling through the little mini megaphones.
Dinner scene was not in this episode.
The dinner scene was in the last one? Oh, you're right. That was in the last one.
Yeah.
All right. 8.5.
There you go.
Pardon Chuck's senior moment.
When you watch them several times in one day, it
It does
I
blend
understand.
together.
can blur.
Definitely
Yeah.
understand that. All right. So pretty good overall. We don't have really a lot of information about the episodes coming up. Which is good in a way. It's refreshing to not know like all the episode titles and
Yeah.
stuff ahead of time, and get these things a little bit at a time. And they talked up episode 5 an awful lot leading into the season, which is the Deep Space Nine episode.
Yep.
But the episodes around it, I mean, the Klingon episode and then this episode were equally as good. So I don't know whether they're like not being confident about it or just wanted to really sell the Deep Space Nine episode. But these have been 3 pretty strong episodes in a row going on here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially with Jake showing up. That was a big highlight, especially the last 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it's time to refill the dilithium chamber and try to warp one out of here.
Caffeine is optional. Excuses are not.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
We're going to
That's
try
not
to
excuse
get out
me,
of
but
here. We got a black
We're
hole.
gonna
or
try.
something?
Well, the burn and all that kind of stuff. Some
Super
people
gravity wells.
Yeah, I know. You can find me, Clinton, at Comedy Forecast, all one word with the number 4. Just released an episode the beginning of this week, the end of last week. It all melts together, but there is a new episode out involving conspiracy theories. So you might want to check that one out. And
Like we don't have enough of that going on.
well, this is an interesting spin on conspiracy theories, you see.
Yeah.
And who speaks for you guys?
Chuck does. He's been off. I was here. So
What?
He
You go
says
ahead.
you're off,
It's your
Chuck. So,
yeah.
I'm off. Like the beans are off. You can find us at Technorama Podcast. Just go search for that. Craig and I do a show on Sunday nights where we talk about tech and science and sci-fi and all kinds of nerdery and have a good laugh about it. So come laugh along with us. Sunday nights, 8:30 Eastern if you want to join live, or you can catch us. Audio podcast gets released on Wednesdays. There's a Patreon program. If you want to join and support the show, we appreciate that too. If you just want to sit back and listen or laugh or watch or try to trick somebody into watching us, you can do that too. Technorama Podcast.
We do that all the time.
Chuckchat.com.
like the Rick Astley of podcasts. Anyway,
You've been Rickrolled.
I've been Trek rolled again. Oh, I've been Trek rolled. Yeah.
all right. So it's time to hit the theme, boys.
That one.
If you like the show, please be sure to tell a friend about it and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear from you. Follow us on Blue Sky at The Topic is Trek. Visit our Facebook page, or you can call us at 816-TREKKER. That's 816-873-5537. Until next time, on behalf of Chuck, Craig, and myself, I'm Clinton, thanking you for listening. And as we always say here on The Topic is Trek, don't put on the red shirt.
Like this guy.
those Furies had red shirts really after Tamara was through with them.
I don't know what color was their blood. I thought it was kind of blackish, but it was dark in
Was
that
it-
breed.
Yeah, it was very dark in there. I thought it was red, but because
They got the power on, but they couldn't turn the lights up.
well, you wanted to save the power for the essentials.
I like how the force field came up right as one was sticking his arm through. Ah! It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
thanks. Can you give me a hand in here? Ba-doom, tsh.
Look, I took
Yeah.
I took his arm off of his arm.
I
Yes.
disarmed him.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, it broke his one. Oh, it's funny because it's true.
See what I got to work with, people.
All right. We're going to end the video feed. And our
I got
plan
it.
is to possibly have an episode in 2 weeks. Chuck and Craig will be on the cruise.
And our only audience member, Jared, will also be on the cruise.
Yeah,
So
he's already threatened to find us there.
I may have a guest host with me, or we're going to have a marathon or some weird combination thereof when we come back from that. So we're working on that to figure out how that's all going to go down. But we hope you're enjoying Starfleet Academy, and we'll be back to talk about it in a couple of weeks. That's for sure.
All right.
All right. Live long and prosper.
LLP.